Well, three. Oh boy. Damn it. Welcome back to the Brandon K Show. Where is it? Welcome back to the Brandon K Show. I'm your host, as always, Brandon K, and this is a real show. And I've been going every single day for the entertainment roundup, talking about all my favorite stuff from the 1980s, the 1990s, and the 2000s. Before we move on to the 2010s, I want to finish up with the 140 essential 2000s movies that I remember a lot of them. You remember a lot of them. Patrick is in the chat, and Patrick, I'm gonna need some support here because I don't have a guest today. So I'm just gonna go through and talk about the 140 essential 2000s movies. Before I get to that, and talking to everybody here on the live stream, I'm gonna say that Brandon K Show is brought to you by Gift Apply. And go check out this real quick.
This wrapping paper is disrupting the industry. Each wrapping paper design tells a story inspired by the missions of our nonprofit partners. We have a diverse set of causes you can support, from childhood cancer research to conservation and animal welfare to LGBTQ plus youth and more. Our paper is sustainable too. We use soy-based inks on 100% recyclable newspaper print for a boutique quality finish. And remember, now every gift can give back with Gift Apply.
We might get a special guest on here to jump on, but in the meantime, I'm going to start the list, and you guys can see it. Oh, you guys can see it now. Oh no, now you can see it. This is the 2000s essential movies. You guys might remember some of them. This is according to Rotten Tomatoes. So the fun part is that throughout you're going to see the tomato score next to the movie, and they're in no particular order of freshness or whatever. So it starts with 140 National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, 46%. You would think that would be higher on for the rating, just because that was such a great movie, such a great Nick Cage movie. I saw this movie with someone who's decided to jump on the stream here.
Hold on one second.
Patrick is live from the gym. No, actually, this is a convention.
Hey, Brandon, can you hear me? I had to get
buddy.
Yeah, speaking of Gift Apply, Pat and I are live here at the Gift Apply headquarters at a trade show in San Francisco with our hamster hats. Getting the word out.
How's it going? How's making some ruckus?
Having a lot of great conversations. People obviously love the hats. So
that does most of the work. The hats.
The hats do a lot of the work, but it's been a little slow lately. But I figured I'd hop on and say hello. And I got Patrick Feeney here. He's next to me.
You gotta respect these guys. You gotta respect the hustle. Yes, with the hats, you gotta respect the hustle. The Gift Apply guys.
Yeah.
Sponsor of the show, up there, doing everything they can to make Gift Apply to get Gift Apply out to the people.
Yeah, I mean, this is I'll give you a quick tour. This is our product line here. Charity wrapping paper. We got cool boxes. If you have a shop, we'll happily supply you wrapping paper. Got these fun little graphics, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you had a real nice setup. You got a very nice setup there. Well,
yeah.
Patrick, are you down to talk to me about these movies from the 2000s of the entertainment roundup?
Let's do it, unless a person comes up to talk to us. Otherwise, I'll be here.
Tell them about the show if they come up. So
yeah.
Tell them you're podcasting live. Where did this go? Right here. Here. So, National Treasure. You and I saw this movie in theaters in the year 2004.
Quite a romp.
It's only 46%. I thought that that's one of the greatest Nick Cage movies and Disney action adventure movies out there.
It was a lark. Was this like shortly after Pirates of the Caribbean?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was kind of Jerry Bruckheimer, same kind of vibe of just trying to create interesting movies in a fun way. I enjoyed it when I was like 18 or however old we were, We had
Yeah.
any sequels. I don't think I saw a sequels, but no, I think that's
I
certified flash in my book.
one of the good Nick Cage movies that I like, and it's just him going around. It's like what do you call it? Da Vinci.
The Da Vinci Code. Yeah.
Da Vinci Code. Disney's Da Vinci Code, we'll call it. All right, now this one, hit or miss for some of us. The Saw franchise, 50%.
Yeah, never seen. I don't have any interest in seeing that.
A lot of people.
I don't do gore.
That is the gore, the movie that really gets gory, and I also have not seen it, but I think that they, they're interesting, but never checked it out. Save the Last Dance.
Never seen it.
With Julia Stiles. She, moved from a small Midwest town. I never saw that one. Oh, are you guys seeing this? Let's see. We can move on to the Twilight movies. Did you ever see any of the Twilight movies?
Not a one.
I saw them, and they aren't that bad.
I don't have like a reason of why I haven't seen it or anything like that. I just haven't seen it.
I could, I got into them. They're good. You would think they would be higher on this list, but the original Twilight. Maybe it's not the best of the Twilight series. That is one of the ones that I saw was the first Twilight.
Well, also like these are like pop culture movies, like people have a lot of opinions, so it's like if it's like a thing where it's like, but I would say Notebook seems like that was a little bit more independent. So I never saw it though. I think this is going to be me saying I never saw it.
That's okay. Well, we got a lot of movies to get through here, so we can find one that we've actually seen. Fast and the Furious, 54%. That spiraled off into a 10-movie franchise.
Yeah, never seen any one of those movies.
I haven't either, so it's okay. We're just going through here. Okay, I know you're a Mamma Mia fan.
Yeah, I've seen the musical. I've seen the musical in person. I don't know if I've actually seen the movie before. Maybe I have.
Let's see. Let's see. If I was going through here, none of these movies would be on my top 10. Listen, I'm gonna keep going. Taken.
Well, aren't we like top 133?
Exactly. I'm gonna keep going down until I find one that really hits. Transformers.
I've never seen any Transformer movie.
300, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We're getting into movies that are actually rated fresh, which is the Green Tomato. Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. 300.
Never seen it.
Zoolander.
Yes.
Now,
but who would rate that bad? Like, why is it only 65? That should be like 85 at most, or at least.
Yes. Yeah, I think we can agree. Zoolander is a nonstop hilarious movie that would be in the top 10 to 20 movies of the full 2000 era. So,
and it's pretty early. Like it predates like Anchorman, which is when like the frat pack was kind of getting together. So there's a lot of frat pack members in here.
And if they did this by fresh rating, it would be much higher because it's 65%. But hilarious movie. Zoolander. Yeah. Zoolander 2, of course, also happened.
Yeah.
It's
good.
I can't even remember what year that came out in Zoolander 2.
Yeah, I think it was one of those ones that came out quite a bit later, so.
Let's see. Probably 2016, yeah.
What a lag.
Spy Kids, Love Actually.
Never seen it. I saw Love Actually.
What do you think? I kind of heard that this would be one of the romantic comedies guys actually like. What do you think?
Yeah, whenever they have like an ensemble, it's fun.
The ensemble being Hugh Grant, Colin Firth, Alan Rickman.
Like I cannot tell you what it's about, but
it's about 9 intertwined stories examining the complexities of the one emotion that connects us all. Love.
Okay. American Psycho. Never seen. Have you seen? Must have seen American Psycho, right?
I've seen American Psycho, and
Yeah. Pat says it's great.
my view
Pete
on it.
Christian's.
I mean, I saw it when I was a teenager, and it was kind of like they leave you kind of wondering what happened. So I was like, oh, that didn't seem very like conclusive, or it seemed like too up in the air
Spoiler alert.
I mean, inconclusive.
Inconclusive. Okay.
But you could also, like, I think with a more advanced developed brain, you could sit, you could read into it your own way. And I've seen like fan theories and everything. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
but as a kid, it was kind of like I kind of missed the plot.
Right.
So, but I mean, overall, there's a lot of great scenes and a really good movie, American Psycho. And I think I should go back and watch it because it's really good. Okay, now I want to
solid.
Patrick, did you know that Unbreakable I say is my favorite movie of all time?
Well, you skipped over Legally Blonde.
Okay, for good reason. Legally Blonde, 71%. It's a comedy from 2001. Doesn't feel that long ago, does it?
No, you're right, and it also spun off a musical, and then sequels. No, but yes, Unbreakable. I feel like we've seen Unbreakable together, and yes, you love it. It's quite an interesting movie. Spoiler alert: they're all dead.
I did not see Unbreakable with you. So did you ever see Unbreakable on your own?
I thought we watched it in like the cabin or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or I watched it in the cabin.
Well, do you know how Unbreakable has affected movies moving forward since it's? Do you know that there's a whole trilogy based around Unbreakable now?
No.
Okay, so what? There was so many twists and turns in M. Night Shyamalan's universes, but he came out with a movie and it's the guy with the split personalities.
Gotcha.
It's so good that you're just like sitting
there.
So it's this character in the movie Split. It's about this guy. He has 23 different multiple personalities, and you get to see the actor. I'm forgetting his name right now. Do all the different characters, and it's a really great performance. And at the end, they had told that it is in the Unbreakable universe. James McAvoy is the actor who plays the 23 different roles in Split. Oh, you guys are seeing it. Cool. And then they went and made a movie with the characters from Unbreakable and the characters from Split called Glass with Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, who are both in Unbreakable, and they tied it all together, and that is something that makes me happy because Unbreakable I always said was my favorite movie, but a lot of other people probably missed the boat on this and didn't even know it happened.
I would agree with that.
But let's see, what was the rate? Well, the rating on.
What do you like about Unbreakable, Brandon? And do you want to do a brief synopsis of the movie?
I will.
Let's give it a look at.
Glass has a rating of 37.67. Unbreakable was a superhero movie that is just about a normal guy who finds out he's a superhero. And it's Bruce Willis, and he figures out that he is unbreakable. He can lift hundreds of pounds. He has never had any serious illnesses or injuries. And then he sees his purpose. His purpose is to help people and save the world, but he doesn't exactly know how to do it. Hey, we got Roxanne on the
Roxy
side today. Good. Glad you could join us, Roxanne. We're talking about 2000s movies with Patrick. He's got his reindeer hat on. Oh,
it's a hamster hat.
Oh, okay, because they're into that.
Now we just have random people entering the building, checking it out.
So, Mr. Glass is the mentor. Mr. Glass is Samuel L. Jackson. He's the mentor, and then there's lots of twists and turns throughout the movie of how he's going to save people, and what is really in the movie. There's a major twist, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Love it. I gotta watch it again.
Yes,
Something's gotta give.
and now that you know that it's a trilogy, I recommend it to everybody out there to watch the Unbreakable trilogy. Glass, I can't say that Glass finished strong, the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
They but for me it was cool just that they all got back together and tried. So you can yeah. So
Cool.
having said that, we're gonna go down the list. Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson.
Never seen it.
Idiocracy.
Definitely seen that.
That one, you know, people say that's a prophetic movie about our times.
Yeah. Did you hear the story about how when they were developing the film, they needed to find like what were the shoes that everybody was wearing, and so they wanted like ridiculous looking shoes, and so they got these ridiculous looking shoes, and that was like the designer, production designer, and they're like, okay, like what happens if like these shoes become popular, and the production designer like these are hideous shoes, they're not going to become popular, they're ridiculous. Every single person in that movie is wearing Crocs.
Yeah. I did not know that. I'm going to look that up right now.
No, fact check it. Everyone wears Crocs in the movie. And they had no idea that was going to be a big hit. They just thought it looked ridiculous. Like that was like the stupid future. You know? Look at them. You can see it right there. Everyone's wearing Crocs.
So they were a shoe that Crocs was trying to make popular, and they just happened to
they were a very small company. Like they had just started, and people were like, these shoes are ridiculous, and everyone's wearing them in the movie.
I had not heard that, and I love that.
Everyone is wearing it. Crocs are in.
That's fantastic. But other than that, what else happened in that movie? He goes back in time and he gets into a world where everything is like very commercialism, and they
very low attention spans, and like all the smart people were like got out of the town, and they didn't procreate, and so then it's just a bunch of people who are dumb, and it's worth it. It's worth a watch. It's quite a thing.
And they only drink like Mountain Dew and Gatorade.
Yeah, and they try to water the crops with Gatorade, and like what happens is basically what happens is like all the people who are smart, at least according to them, wait until they're way too late in life to have kids, and so all the dumb people are breeding early, and so like it just wipes out the smart people. How about The Ring? Did you see another? I don't watch any of these scary movies, so we might take this one.
I saw The Ring. It's a scary movie, and it'll make you creeped out, and you'll be in your house thinking that a little girl is going to come and kill you.
That's scary.
Training Day, Remember the Titans. Looks like these are 2 Denzel Washington movies in a row.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar.
Gets by. Do we have to put our information?
Harold and Kumar, awesome movie.
Yeah, go to White Castle. Yeah, that's really it just set the tone for like a road trip movie with ridiculous mix. Kind of put Neil Patrick Harris. I actually think he got the role of Barney. Apparently, it was from that movie. Watch somebody like one of the people watched that movie and directed.
I believe it because if you remember him from Doogie Howser, like he didn't do anything between Doogie Howser and that movie. So
he was doing movies. They were just independent. They were like TV movies.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the popular culture, I don't think he was making too much noise. But yeah, he came back in a big way with Harold and Kumar. It's a great buddy comedy. One of the greats.
I mean, it may be the best cameo of any movie. Like, it may be that, you know what I mean?
And it's interesting now, Kal Penn, he's like a big political guy.
Yeah. So big fat Greek wedding. Did you see it?
I saw it in theaters in 2002 with a group
Saw it in
of friends, group of high school
I did not see
friends.
it.
I can't say that it did much for me, but I
Yeah.
know that they're on like the third or fourth big fat Greek wedding right now. They're making new ones still,
Yeah. I wasn't. I think I may have some bits and pieces.
and we're only at 116, so I'm gonna try to speed up the next few. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah. Why don't we do this? Like, unless we want to talk about a movie, we'll just keep going. Like, I'll
There you
stop
go.
you
But that's
when you
got,
get
it's
can.
got 82%, so somebody
Never
likes it.
seen it. Never,
V for Vendetta. I never saw
Nope.
it.
never
Happy
saw it.
Feet,
Nope.
never
Nope.
saw it. Black Hawk Down.
Nope.
Never
Wedding
saw it.
Crashers.
There's a theme.
Not
We
the
like
film.
we like the frat pack.
The Frat Pack. Really, I mean, just such a funny 2005. Like, I mean, this was really in the heyday. Like, Anchorman had just come out. I mean,
It had.
really,
This is like
Vince Vaughn.
this is only 1 year after Anchorman, chronologically. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, and just a funny run. I mean, really, the fun moments are just watching Vince Vaughn do his little quick talking monologues, and Owen Wilson, voice of McQueen, Lightning McQueen from the Cars trilogy,
Yes.
and the Cars cinematic universe. Really, just solid. Just, I mean, so many hilarious jokes in this, like, and a cameo by Will Ferrell at the end where he is the guy, and he starts to pick up women from funerals, and oh my gosh, just
Christopher
Christopher Walken's in it, and a young and like a new it's kind of like a big role for Bradley Cooper. Like, he played a character that usually he hadn't really. It was like one of his bigger roles. Like,
That's
on the
right.
scene.
That's got and that had to have led to his Hangover success.
Yeah, it didn't. And then Rachel McAdams, of course, from The Notebook's in it. Oh, and then Isla Fisher, who apparently just recently is divorcing Sacha Baron Cohen. That really sucks. But she had a few movies that were hilarious.
What do you think of that? I heard he's been causing trouble.
I just know. Kia told me today. I don't know what the facts are or what the story, but it's fun movie. Like, you can turn this movie on anytime, and it's just hilarious.
Great movie.
All right, yeah, Chaz. Yeah, Will Ferrell is Chaz. Oh man, so good.
Devil Wears Product, and then here we go. The 2000s are a great era for comedies, hilarious slapstick, off the wall comedies.
And this is the thing, because when you look back, this is probably prime time for us to look and watch comedies, because we were graduating high school, going to college, whatever. But I sincerely do not believe like there has been like a bunch of mainstream comedies that are like this. I mean, Team America: World Police. I mean, get out of here. This movie is revolutionary. Just unbelievable. Marionettes, just so silly, so quotable, just so many iconic.
I go to the theaters regularly. This is going to be sad. No, I go to the
by myself. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I go to the theaters regularly to look for a comedy that might be interesting, might be funny, but almost once a year or less, like there's a comedy that has like these same actors, or even is trying to be a good slapstick comedy. So I think the comedy genre kind of got dissipated into Netflix or wherever, but it's not really in the mainstream theaters anymore.
I will say one film that I thought was a lot of fun was The House. Did you see The House?
I saw The House. Yeah,
somebody saw it with me. That was funny. But still, it's not like, yeah. All right. Never saw The Prestige.
Prestige is a good one. An Illusion Gone Horribly Wrong. There was two that came out at the same time. They were both about magic. And actually, I didn't see The Prestige. I saw the other one. So this is the Christian Bale one. Better Luck Tomorrow, I never heard of. Gladiator, everyone loves it. I never saw it. Bad Santa, another one of those awesome 2000s comedies. And even this comedy with, just got Billy Bob Thornton, but it's a slapstick comedy, and it's a really good one, and a lot of fun. And this is like one of my top.
Okay, I'll have to watch it. I haven't seen
it. Yeah, it's outrageous. He's an alcoholic Santa, and he's off to work, and just like beer cans just spill out of his car. He's just
that's a big guy.
He's just a foul mouth, rude, gleefully offensive. I mean, so it's an offensive comedy. He uses all the bad words, and he has a little person, so you can imagine there's all kinds of back and forth between them. I mean, as a sidekick, I mean, he has a little person as a sidekick. You can see that. So I highly recommend Bad Santa.
I saw Cloverfield, but it was just kind of confusing.
Cloverfield. So Old Boy is a really good movie. I've actually watched it, and it has a really awesome twist. And it's highly rated here, 83%. It actually has subtitles. It is a what is this? What is this language? This is like
national film.
Yeah, international film. And they made a remake of this, which was not as good as the original. It's the American version with Thanos. Who plays Thanos? Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Yeah.
So they tried to remake this movie, but the original, I would recommend anybody goes watches the real original, because I mean it's a thriller, and it has its dark moments, but it's really good, and it's actually a really good movie. Old Boy. Okay, Cloverfield I never saw.
Yeah, it's confusing.
With the 55% Step Brothers.
I mean, that's a certified. That is a great film. Part of our legacy.
2008, and that was coming off of Talladega Nights. I wonder if Talladega Nights will be higher on this list.
Yeah, it probably will be. But I mean, I think Step Brothers is a hilarious film. Just like wacky concepts, very quotable, so many fun moments. I mean, really, you can't go wrong on that,
It's the Catalina wine mixer.
And it was like starting to introduce new people, which is really cool. New, like, there's Rob Riggles in there. There's just a lot of fun characters. You got the Boats and Hoes for those that are interested. Yeah, it's just super fun, really.
Who does? Oh, I guess Seth Rogen makes a cameo.
Sure.
I don't think we've had any Seth Rogen comedies on here yet. Maybe they'll be higher on the list.
It was too early. His first kind of role was it was, I think, like 40-Year-Old Virgin, but that may have been.
That'll be on this list.
Superbad, it'll probably rate higher.
Yeah, Superbad will be on this list. We'll see. So Waking Life is a really good one that I watched recently. It's more of like a spiritual movie with the animation, like the screen capture animation. Really crazy animation that this character goes through life, and he's talking to all these people, and he's in a dream, and they're all giving their perspective on life, and they're all like different animations and different perspectives. Did you ever hear of this movie?
Never.
So this one, I mean, this is like an awakening, like
oh wow, okay.
Think about stuff you never thought about before. Guest to the show, Nick, showed me this movie, and I talked about it with Jeff Jawa and everything. This movie is highly rated at 81%, and it's not as much a movie as it is just like a guy going through a dream, hearing a bunch of different perspectives and trying to make sense of them. But they're things that are definitely high level concepts that you want to hear. So I highly recommend Waking Life here at 101. We'll skip Love and Basketball and talk about Patrick. I think Patrick's got a sale.
Sorry, no. I'm still here though. I'm here. I just had to do something real quick. I'm changing batteries. I'm plugging into a battery charger.
And here we are. We are hitting the 100s.
Okay.
We got to talk about it this week with Roxanne about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which is huge for the 2000s. Got to be one of the biggest franchises of the 2000s. Patrick, how many times did you see Pirates of the Caribbean in theaters?
I believe it was 13.
13 times.
Number 13.
And so major hit, a lot of fun, great soundtrack, action adventure.
Soundtrack's insane. Just an incredible part of our heritage,
Our heritage. Did you like the whole franchise?
I don't think it petered out as much as people say it did. But I believe I've seen every one.
I do like Sands of Time or the fourth one. I mean, like there's a lot of
Yeah,
they took it in interesting directions. I felt.
yeah, that's what some people are saying.
But
Um,
for Pirates of the Caribbean 1 to be at number 99, that would I mean, we'll see if the other ones even are higher than this, but this
no,
is
I
pretty
don't even think they're. I don't even think it make. I don't think other ones are gonna be on here.
this is pretty low on the list. I mean, they're billion-dollar movies or hundreds of millions. Bridget Jones' Diary,
Never saw it.
Barbershop.
Never saw it.
I did see it. I saw it in theaters and it was a good one. It's good romp.
I will say
Ice
Hangover being at 96. Like I feel like Hangover might be one of the best. Like for late 2000s, like it really was a very interesting, and kind of like a serious comedy, not too out there. Like some of the Anchormans and all that just gets really wacky. This was wacky, but like in a realistic way,
Oh yeah, obviously it's a major part of our culture. We still see people with the baby over in Vegas,
Yeah.
and people are quoting it all the time. And just a good movie in general. Not even like you said, like a majorly slapstick comedy. But as far as this list, this is above Zoolander and above Step Brothers. So I mean, this
I can see that. Yeah.
But it's still gonna be. We're gonna see what they think are better.
Yeah, we got to keep. Let's keep going. Let's go rapid fire. Let's go rapid.
Sin City.
Ocean's 11. I didn't see Sin City. Actually, I think I tried to watch Sin City and I just couldn't take it anymore.
Did not have the patience. I watched.
What did you say, Pat? Pat thinks it's a great movie.
I watched it. I was drunk and I watched it and I liked it and I liked Jessica Alba and I liked the art and it's
Ocean's 11, great remake. Just any Vegas movie with a heist, like it's a lot of fun.
I don't remember seeing that movie. So Patrick says
it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. Yeah.
Ocean's 11. I think Battle Royale in the casino as well, or no? I think it's just Casino Royale or something. I don't know what Battle Royale is. Well, no, there's a Bond movie called Casino Royale, but Battle Royale is something I don't even know what that is. It looks like it's a international film. All right, here we go. This is a movie that's better than The Hangover. Oh, two movies that are better than The Hangover: Elf and Anchorman.
Yeah, and of course, Elf is a solid movie. Really
Of course, we all know Fahrenheit 9/11 is a better movie than both of those combined. But
well, I would say that Elf. I mean, solid Christmas movie. I mean, he will constantly be known for that. And Anchorman, we'll see if you see we see comedies that are higher than Anchorman, like that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. So we'll see.
It can't be Talladega Nights. It can't. I mean, Talladega Nights was not as good as Anchorman or Elf.
No. So that's and when people are like Elf is better than Anchorman, I can wrap my head around it. But like Anchorman is the comedy of the 2000s, really.
It's fun to see, where people rank these movies. I mean, Anchorman might not have been a big hit of any kind, but we like it. It's got a 66%.
No, it did well. It did well.
Let's take a look. 86% audience score, 66 from the critics. So I mean,
well, I mean, what do those critics know? Like, it's such an avant-garde, out there movie.
It's always interesting to see who makes these lists, but I mean, we'll just we get to throw in our opinion, and my opinion is Anchorman's way higher. Fahrenheit 9/11, of course, was the movie by Michael Moore talking about the Bush administration.
Boring. Let's keep moving.
On the election year. Yeah. And I mean, I say it's worth a watch, but
Mulholland Drive. Yeah, no, for sure. Phil yelled it. Serenity. I don't know. I don't really know any of these movies. Paranormal Activity. I mean, I've been on. Yeah, I don't. Then like back in. Like, are we really putting these movies? Like, we're putting Shrek above Anchorman? Like, what are we talking about here? Walk the Line.
Well, as you see, like these are like what the majority of people are out here watching, because these are very highly ranked. These are all 85 plus, like Mulholland Drive, Billy Elliot, 85%, Serenity, 82%, Paranormal Activity, 83%, Bend It Like Beckham, 85%. This is, what classics people like. Aaron Brockovich was, everyone
I can
liked.
understand that. I get it. I get that. Keep it
Walk
going.
the Line was a big, I believe that this won an Academy Award. This was
Yeah, I get it.
Joaquin
Keep
Phoenix.
going.
This was Walk Hard was, a parody of Walk the Line, and
Yeah, that's
but
a great movie.
Walk the Line was like a really good biography of Johnny Cash. So you gotta respect Walk the Line, and you gotta respect Shrek.
Keep going.
I never heard of it. In Bruges, Donnie Darko is an awesome thriller for all to watch. Movie guy was on the show on Monday talking about Donnie Darko. It's a highly rated movie to be checked out. The Descent, never heard of it. Coraline was there towards the end of the 2000s, a CG movie, or was it claymation almost? But that was a movie I saw in theaters, which is pretty awesome to watch. Highly rated. Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, did you see that?
No.
Yeah, very haunting movie.
No.
About the dangers of drug abuse.
I saw it as a young man, and I don't remember too much of it, but it was creepy and weird for sure.
Yeah.
Probably worth a watch. Now we get into the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it. I don't know if I'd put that above Anchorman, but I get why it's a little more palatable to the commoner. I also don't know 500 Days of Summer. I don't even know what this, what are we doing?
500 Days of Summer is a good romantic comedy. It's about Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He gets rejected by her, and it's really like a romance, and a movie about obsession and rejection. And I actually like 500 Days of Summer.
Above Anchorman?
No. But as far as romantic comedies are concerned, there aren't that many great ones, and 500 Days of Summer was a good one. I thought this one would be earlier than 2009, but yeah, I thought that was a good movie. I think there's some music in there. It's a good movie.
Keep it going. Never heard of it. X2.
Yeah. There we go. We're getting into the superhero movies now. Iron Man might.
Well, this is pre. This is all pre. No, this is pre Iron Man. Is it?
Oh no, Iron Man would be 2008.
Okay.
So Iron Man should be on this list. We'll see if Thor cracks the list. I think that was 2009. X2 is the best of the X-Men movies of the 2010. Okay. X3 was not as well received. So I'm going to see if X-Men is higher, but X2 was the better of the two. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Collateral, Ghost World. Some of these are some.
Avatar maybe a little low on this list at 68. That's a pretty critically acclaimed movie. Are we gonna put Star Trek ahead of Avatar? I don't know about that.
Sure, yeah. Avatar was the number one grossing, and it's way down here at 68. So.
Let's keep going. I've never heard of Inside Man. What
was your? Let's talk about. What was your Avatar watching experience?
I saw an IMAX, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Did you?
No, the visuals were cool. Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
How did you? Did you think it was overhyped? Or were you taken away? Did you feel like you were taken into another planet and oh wow, this is amazing?
I think it was good. I think overhyped is hard to say. But I do think that it's solid and people love it, and I can understand why. It's a whole new world. There were some simplistic tropes, but yeah, I don't really care for 3D too much. But no, they're very immersive.
It was the introduction of 3D into our society, or the reemergence of 3D.
Well, I'll never forgive him for that. Yeah, no.
Here we go. Avatar, Inside Man, Denzel Washington. Here's Star Trek. You mentioned Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm saying, why would you put that ahead? I don't know.
Why would Star
that's
Trek
like
be ahead of
that's a no movie. That's a non-movie. Like I saw it in theaters and was like, okay, this is
Well,
stupid.
Star Trek, everyone loves Star Trek, but this is the J.J. Abrams version of Star Trek. They went back in time and they told the it's kind of like a prequel to the original series. Like you see how they
Yeah.
all ended up on the Enterprise, and you know, it has a 94%. So the original or the Star Trek remake of 2009 is a very good movie.
I think that's your word.
And I myself will go out on a limb and say that it is better than Avatar.
Okay, it's been said here first. All right, keep it going. Keep it going. Never saw it.
Royal
Never saw
Tenenbaums,
it.
Broken Flowers.
Never
20.
saw it.
Here we go. Super bad.
Like I don't put Superbad ahead of Anchorman. Like, and there's no way. No way.
Super bad. Is Super bad the best? Oh no, Super bad isn't even a Seth Rogen. He wrote the movie, but he's not a big part of the movie. This is more of a Jonah Hill movie.
Yeah, this is more of like a just we're gonna walk around town, you know. Yeah,
Trying to get laid in high school movie.
yeah. It's not. No, it's a great movie, but I just wouldn't put it above Anchorman. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to come back and make our own list, but
I
for
know,
now
that's
we got this list of all these.
now this is all we got.
In the Mood for Love, famous.
Okay, well I do like that Tropic Thunder's up here. I mean that's good. That movie is
I mean,
large.
I would put it way higher. I would put Tropic Thunder way higher, but yeah, go on.
Well, and when I talk about like celebrity cameos with NPH, Neil Patrick Harris, the other celebrity cameo that came to my mind, although it wasn't necessarily a cameo, was Tom Cruise's depiction of like the agent in this movie was so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you had so many good characters. You actually
Jack Black, yeah.
Somebody talking about how Danny McBride, nobody really knew who he was when this movie came out, but he's gone on to great fame. And then the other big one was he's going to be down here lower. Where is he? The guy who from SNL who plays Tom Cruise's assistant.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, yeah, Bill Hader.
Yeah.
So so many great moments in Tropic Thunder. I'd put that way high on the list. Let's go down here.
I feel like it's in a good spot. Like I would probably put some, Anchorman ahead of it, but
speaking of the summer of 2003, how many times did you see Finding Nemo in theater?
Probably a few times.
I feel like I watched it like at least 3 times with you.
Yeah, so it was fun. I enjoyed that, That was like the summer of like kind of like getting out of high school, Wild Rivers Water Park, all that good stuff.
So I was gonna say, like, for my 2000s favorite Pixar movie, I would have said WALL-E. But what was would you say Finding Nemo was your favorite Pixar movie from the early 2000s, or from 2000 to 2010?
I don't know all the movies.
Like Incredibles, Finding Nemo.
They were all really good. They were all really good. It's hard to pick. Hard to pick.
Cars. As far as all the Pixar movies ever, do you put Finding Nemo high on your list?
Yeah, it's probably pretty high up there. I think it's lost its allure over the years, but I love Soul. I think that that's a great movie. But those were later. You know what I mean? So never heard of Whale Rider. Never heard of Talk to Her. I don't know. Yeah, now we're just getting to the point where nobody knows. Like School of Rock. Are you putting that above? Like, what are we talking here?
92%. The School of Rock. Jack Black is a high school teacher, or no, comes and teaches kids rock and roll. Yeah, awesome movie. The School of Rock adaptation. Yeah, we're getting into some. Yeah, I'm reading this because this is also an audio format. The Lives of Others is at number 51. $1 Million Baby is at number 50. Hot Fuzz at 49. The Host at 48. Moulin Rouge. Man on the Wire at 46. Zodiac at 45. Napoleon Dynamite at 44 with a 72% rating. So if anybody's listening to this or watching on YouTube or on all platforms, tell us what you think is a better list. But Patrick,
I'll be right back, Pat. I'll be right back. Call me off.
No problem. Patrick went to go make a sale. Appreciate him joining me today. We got Napoleon Dynamite. I think it came out. I actually saw this movie in 2006, but I thought that it did a great job. I mean, it's a great movie, and it's a great comedy, and it's a unique comedy. And I think that movies, they should be taking chances and having stars that you never heard of, and having characters that are off the wall, and good writing, and just situation comedy. So Napoleon Dynamite, directed by Jared Hess, you know was produced for a very small amount. We can look up how much Napoleon Dynamite, the budget for Napoleon Dynamite, and then how much that movie made. So let's see, budget $400,000. See if Patrick's back, but $400,000 they made Napoleon Dynamite. I don't even know if they paid their background actors, and it made $46 million. Huge hit, and it continues to be a big hit. And it had a whole cartoon series based off of it, which probably didn't last too long. But Napoleon Dynamite, I respect as an indie film that became a giant sensation. Oh, okay, let's see. So as we go down the list here, I don't want to keep that up for him, but let's see. Here we go. Little Miss Sunshine, another indie movie at 91%. Inglourious Bastards, number 42, 89%. Great. That's a great Quentin Tarantino movie. One of the greats. Memento at 2000. This is one that I was talking with. I was talking about Frankie yesterday about Memento. Oh, here we go. You're back, Pat?
Hey, buddy.
So, guess how much the budget for Napoleon Dynamite was?
$460,000.
Are you just guessing?
No, I heard you. I was just.
Oh, you heard the whole time? No, it was 400,000.
Yeah, I said I just added. I just forgot specifically what it was.
And you heard how much it made? You heard how much
like
it
46. Yeah, like 46 million or something like that.
42 million. And let's
right,
go.
Well, Borat. Okay, that's respectable.
Let's go look at. Yeah, I mean, Borat was a amazing movie. Hilarious. I like to look at the box office stats.
Sure.
Shoot, I'm like all over the place. Borat. What would you say the budget was for Borat?
Maybe 750,000. No, 18 million.
Whoa! Wow. All right, so we had a big budget for Borat. 18 million, making 282 million at the box office.
A lot of flights,
Everybody went and watched Borat. I feel.
Yeah.
Down the list, and I put that. That's good. That's way higher. Best in Show is actually a really funny one.
Yeah, get it.
There Will Be Blood is an awesome, if you were doing dramas from the 2000s, this is like one of the top 10. Great movie to go watch. There Will Be Blood. I never saw Emily. I never saw District 9 or The Hurt Locker. That's what. It's hard to just throw all these movies together, because if you put comedies against The Hurt Locker, it's like dramas should be on one list, comedies should be on one. But The Hurt Locker, Minority Report at 34. Never heard of this one. 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days.
No idea. But 96%, no idea.
And it looks like it's by someone. It's probably another country, so they put other countries on here. The Departed is a huge.
Spider-Man 2. That's interesting. That high up.
Spider-Man 2
Interesting.
was the best of the Spider-Man movies, in my opinion. I tend to like the second movie of trilogies, but it's the one with Dr. Octopus.
Right. Hey,
And
Brandon, I got like 3 more minutes, and then I got to bounce. Just for a heads up. So yeah. So if
Spider-Man,
you want to,
Born Ultimatum, didn't profited it once, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragons.
Harry Potter. Interesting. This better not just be Harry Potter movies from here on out, because that would be silly.
There's the Casino Royale. We had Harry Potter at 23, Casino Royale at 22, Slumdog Millionaire at 21, Chicken Run at 20, Incredibles at 19. So that's where you would ask, is Incredibles better than Nemo? City of God, that's another. No, I thought that was okay. City of God, 18. Let the Right One In, number 17. Okay, we're getting into some movies that are way not at the top 20, but I am happy that WALL-E is number 15.
Yeah, you gotta respect the WALL-E, you know.
Yes, and Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Here we go. These are the comedies. The top 13 right now. Mean Girls.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Wrestler, Up. Okay, that's cute. Good for Up. Iron Man. Okay, you gotta respect Iron Man. Really.
Okay, here we are. We are reaching the top 10. I don't know, Patrick, if you're gonna make it and if you're gonna stay around for the top 10.
We can do this. I think I should be able to. I'm just kind of packing up here.
We got the top 10. We're going into the top 10. We got Up at number 11. I would not agree that is better than Incredibles or WALL-E or Finding Nemo, but here it is, 98% Up.
Yeah.
That movie kind of goes off the rails for me.
Yeah.
I mean, his house goes into the wilderness, and then they meet up with the grandpa or whatever. But it's like it doesn't. There's not a lot of why I don't know why I'm watching that movie. It seems all over the place to me.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Iron Man.
We all.
It's so you got to bow down to the Iron Man. I mean, they kind of wrote it on the fly. It sounds like if you watch the behind the scenes featurette, they're like, yeah, we didn't really know what we were doing, and they created the MCU. So
that's true.
Incredible.
That's true. There are many improvisations, and I just want to look at the box office real quick. No, that's the wrong one. It's Wikipedia. Iron Man was produced for. Oh, they're not going to give it to me. But yeah, they wrote it all on the fly.
Very quotable as well.
The budget
130 and made 585
million. The budget of Iron Man was 130 to 140 million, and it made 585 million. But it had a giant budget. They must have given Robert Downey a lot of money for it.
Yeah, he probably took some money on the back end. All right, I want to see that top 10 list. I want to keep going. I want to see
Shaun of the Dead.
No clue. That's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a zombie comedy with Simon Pegg.
That's great.
They had another one on the list. It's 92% rated. No Country for Old Men is a drama. Children of Men is one that I can't say I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was one that I was thinking about when we were talking about 500 Days of Summer. It's kind of like an independent movie with Jim Carrey. And, it's another romantic kind of comedy about him erasing his ex-girlfriend out of his mind so that it doesn't hurt him anymore. And so, but whether it's the number 6 of all time, I don't know. Pan's Labyrinth, number 5, Spirited Away, number 4, Lost in Translation, number 3. Is that the one that I will agree? Okay, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, number 2. Again, for whatever reason, like Pirates of the Caribbean, only one of them was on this list. Harry Potter, only one of them was on this list. Lord of the Rings, only one of them was on this list. It's kind of weird that you broke things up in that way, but you have to agree. I think we all, it's unanimous.
That's unanimous.
Dark Knight was the best movie of
Well, Brandon, it's been fun joining you. You got to keep doing the show. Love Dark Knight. I know we saw it many times in theaters. I got to go do the showbiz and networking stuff.
Have a great time.
Keep doing it.
Go to giftapply.com. Go buy some wrapping paper. He's after it. Hold on, this goes here. So the question here, and we're hitting the hour mark here, is The Dark Knight better than Iron Man? And for the reason that Iron Man is really the star of the show for Iron Man. For Batman, the star of the show is the Joker. Obviously, Heath Ledger as the Joker is the main attraction in the Dark Knight movie. Although Batman Begins is my second favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy, is Batman Begins, which is another great movie, and it is awesome to just watch Christian Bale as Batman too. So as far as who's the better hero of the two, Robert Downey Jr. is the better hero than Batman. Like as far as acting and like who's more dynamic, who you would want to watch. As far as the villain, Heath Ledger as the Joker, above and beyond whoever it is who's the Iron Man villain. The Iron Man villain is Iron Man 2008 is this guy, Jeff Bridges, as the Ironmonger. I mean, can't measure up to Heath Ledger, but overall, you would say that Iron Man, as a whole, the whole thing where him in the cave, his backstory, getting Iron Man's backstory, getting to learn who Iron Man was and his backstory, as opposed to Batman, who we've already heard his backstory many times. So that's all very interesting. But as far as the Dark Knight, Joker just comes on the scene. We already got Batman's backstory in Batman Begins, and they're just off to the races. So they're close, but Dark Knight for me is the number one pick, the number one superhero movie of the 2000s era. Iron Man might be the number one movie of the 2000s era as far as Marvel movies. But we'd have to have more people on here asking them what they think. And if you agree with anything that you heard here on this list, chime in. Let me know how far you got in this episode. Let me know if you like Patrick as a guest. Let me know if you go and find Gift Apply wrapping paper and buy it. Thank you for joining us for the 2000s, the Rotten Tomatoes 2000s, Rotten Tomatoes 2000 Essential 2000s movie list. And we're going to be back tomorrow with good friend Brian, and we're going to talk about all the great things that happened after 2010 in the 2012 era. So we're looking forward to have Brian jump on here. Thank you, everybody, always for watching the Brandon K Show. This is one that, Patrick jumped on. We're happy to have him. But, a lot of this was just me on my own, too. And so I'm just getting used to talking to myself, even though I've done it many years on screen and off screen. But another big shout out to Patrick. I'm going to play his commercial here again, because you can see he's out there busting his ass to make Gift Apply happen, to go and make big sales. And the Brandon K Show is brought to you by Gift Apply. You can check out this ad as we go and fade.
This wrapping paper is disrupting the industry. Each wrapping paper design tells a story inspired by the missions of our nonprofit partners. We have a diverse set of causes you can support, from childhood cancer research to conservation and animal welfare to LGBTQ+ youth and more. Our paper is sustainable too. We use soy-based inks on 100% recyclable newspaper print for a boutique quality finish. And remember, now every gift can give back with Gift Apply.
GiftApply.com and use promo code BKShow for 25% off. Thank you for joining me for Entertainment Week. Thank my guest Patrick Clingham. I'll link all of his socials down there at the bottom, and let me know what you think of this episode. We'll see you tomorrow.